Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that's seriously wild, like something straight out of a movie. We're talking about people who faked their own deaths, full-on disappearing acts, leaving everyone to think they were gone forever, would they? We found 10 of the most unbelievable reasons why people would even think to do this. Like seriously, some of this stuff is crazier than anything we could dream up. We're talking escaping debt, dodging the law, and even just wanting a fresh start. You won't believe some of these stories, so stick around till the end. We're counting down the top 10 craziest reasons people decided to fake their own deaths. Imagine being so deep in debt that disappearing seems like the only way out. Facing foreclosure, relentless calls from collectors, or crushing business loans can make anyone crack. For some, that pressure cooker becomes too much. They see a fake death as a way to wipe the slate clean, but you're not just running from creditors, you're running from the law. Sometimes people fake their deaths, not for money, but to escape the long arm of the law. Picture this: you're facing serious charges, maybe even jail time, and the thought of facing the consequences is just too much to bear. So, what do? You pull a disappearing act, vanishing into thin air and leaving the authorities baffled. We're talking about criminals, fugitives, and those who will do whatever it takes to avoid justice. They might stage a car crash, plant fake evidence, or even hire someone to create a false identity. It's a game of cat and mouse, a constant battle of wits as they try to stay off the grid and avoid detection. But living a lie comes at a price, with the fear of being caught always lurking in the shadows. Not everyone who fakes their death is running from something. Some people are actually running towards something, a fresh start, a chance to reinvent themselves. Imagine feeling trapped in your own life, like you're living someone else's script. Faking your death becomes the ultimate act of liberation, a way to break free from the shackles of your old life and start anew. They might move to a new city, change their appearance, and even adopt a completely different persona. But starting over isn't easy. It means leaving behind everyone and everything you know, severing ties with loved ones. Constant fear of exposure and the guilt of deceiving those they left behind can take a toll. Love can be a battlefield, but some relationships become so toxic, so suffocating, that escape feels impossible. Faking their death becomes the only way out for some people trapped in these dangerous situations. Imagine being in a relationship where you feel controlled, manipulated, or even physically threatened. They might stage an accident, vanish without a trace, or even leave behind a fabricated suicide note. The goal is to disappear completely, to sever all ties and make it impossible for their abuser to ever find them. But escaping a toxic relationship, even through such extreme measures, is only the first step. Money, they say, is the root of all evil, and for some people the allure of a big payout is enough to drive them to the most extreme lengths, including faking their death for insurance money. Imagine this: a mountain of debt, a failing business, or just plain old greed. They hatch an elaborate plan, taking out a hefty life insurance policy, planting false clues, and disappearing without a trace. The goal is simple: convince the insurance company they're gone and collect the payout, leaving their loved ones none the wiser. But living a lie built on deceit is a dangerous game, with the constant fear of exposure weighing heavily on them. War is hell, and for some, the prospect of being shipped off to fight in a distant land is simply unbearable. During times of conflict, the pressure to serve one's country can be immense, leading some individuals to take drastic measures to avoid the draft. Imagine facing the prospect of leaving behind your family, your friends, and everything you know to fight in a war you don't believe in. They might stage an accident, disappear into the wilderness, or even forge documents to convince authorities that they're no longer fit to serve. It's a desperate act, driven by a primal instinct to survive and a deep-seated aversion to violence. But dodging the draft comes with its own set of consequences, living in the shadows and constantly looking over their shoulder. In the age of social media, where likes and followers reign supreme, some people go to extraordinary lengths for fame, even faking their own death. Craving attention so desperately, yearning for validation, they stage disappearances and create hoaxes. It's a sad commentary on our culture, where notoriety is mistaken for talent. The pursuit of fame through manipulation is hollow, with fleeting attention and superficial validation. They risk alienating friends and family, damaging their reputation, and becoming a cautionary tale. Cults are notorious for their mind-control tactics, often separating individuals from their loved ones. Faking death can be the only escape. They might create a new identity, severing all ties with their former life. The desire for freedom fuels their determination. Family is supposed to be our rock, our constant, but for some it represents a burden too heavy to bear. The weight of expectations, the pressure to conform, or the suffocating nature of toxic relationships. Imagine feeling like a square peg trying to fit into a round hole, constantly at odds with your family's values. They might stage a disappearance or simply vanish into thin air, leaving behind unanswered questions and broken hearts. It's a decision made with a heavy heart, a recognition that sometimes the only way to protect yourself is to sever ties completely, with the guilt of causing pain to those who love you lingering for years. Some people are adrenaline junkies, thrill seekers who crave the rush that comes with living life on the edge. For these individuals, the ultimate high might involve faking their own death, not to escape anything or anyone, but simply for the experience itself. Imagine the rush of adrenaline, the sense of exhilaration that comes with pulling off the ultimate deception. They might stage elaborate hoaxes, disappear for weeks or even months on end, leaving behind cryptic clues and a trail of bewildered friends and family. But what starts as a harmless prank can quickly spiral out of control, with serious consequences if they're not careful. It's a cautionary tale about the allure of the unknown and the importance of considering the consequences before pushing the boundaries of acceptable behavior. And there you have it, folks. 10 unbelievable reasons why people fake their own deaths. From escaping debt and dodging the law to seeking fame and escaping toxic relationships, we've covered it all. It's a wild world out there, and sometimes people resort to the most extreme measures to deal with the hand they've been dealt. Which one shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing content. See you in the next one.